I'm extremely sorry for my actions last week. I accidentally called Lady Hawk English when she is clearly a New Zealander. I am sorry to Lady Hawk's family, friends, and fans. I was young and stupid last week, but I've learnt my lesson and I endeavour to never make that mistake again. I do want to explain that I have been diagnosed with a rare form of disease called Ladia dysmorphica. This causes me to have issues with anybody using lady as a first name. I feel that I just simply mixed up Lady Hawk with England's own Lady Sovereign. And I'm not trying to excuse myself from the error, but it is making me go a bit gaga.
Is it Netflix?
No!
Is it HBO?
No!
Is it Disney?
No!
Is it Apple TV?
No!
Then it must be Tubi. Tell them they're streaming.
Welcome to Tell Them They're Streaming. Hi, my name's Robert, and sitting beside me is Australian comedian that was invited on the reality TV show The Real Love Boat, but thought it was about fishing. On the first episode, he got his tackle out and got thrown off. This is Richie, lovely Boaty McBoaty Loveface Goodacre. I believe the ratings went down after you were thrown off.
I know, yeah, I know. It's. I mean, it's marked the first time I did that on a boat. Usually, and I was like, oh, they won't mind about in the open seas. No, apparently, people don't have a sense of humor anymore. Bloody political correctness gone bloody mad.
Crazy stuff. How's your week been,
Yeah.
mate?
Oh yeah, I did it. I did a gig in Ballina. That's a place that's not in Queensland for if in the international list of views. It's further out. It's in
I
a place called New South Wales.
thought you were going to say you went international. I was going to say, do you know the difference between international and national, Richie?
Oh, on the state, yeah. Look, I no, but you know what? Look, they felt like a different breed of people. So,
Yeah, that's
you
because
know,
they're all stoned. Oh, sorry,
yeah,
Northern New South Wales. That's a
oh,
bad mistake that we
no,
all
no,
make about Northern New South Wales.
I mean, stereotypes exist for a reason, though. Yeah, they're definitely all stoned. Oh, yeah, like, yeah. No, that was good. Yeah, obviously, at the time of this, recording, it was Halloween recently. I don't know. Have you ever done stuff for Halloween?
No,
Okay,
I'm
good day.
Australian. I'm Australian. We don't do Halloween.
Even when you're a kid.
No,
Oh, okay.
I watched. I
It's
watch.
like,
I might watch a horror movie just to be a bit into the spirit, but no, we don't do Halloween in Australia.
uh, I once, I was like, I wore, yeah, everybody else, like, my friends were wearing different costumes, and then we sort of went our separate ways, and then came back, and they're like, oh, yeah, what, we were comparing candy, like, oh, what did you get? Oh, yeah, you got like milk bottles,
Hang on. Stop. We don't get
lollies,
candy in Australia. We get lollies.
lollies. I've
Bloody
been hanging
these
out.
kids today watching American TV.
I've been talking to Americans too much on toilet phones. So yeah, like we convene and get lollies. We get gummy. I was like, what do you got? I got milk bottles, gummy bears, and then they're like, oh, Richard, what did you get? I'm like, oh, their TV. What do you? Oh yeah, it does pay. If
You
you
got
want
a
to do it, if you
TV.
want, yeah, like if you want to if you want to dress up, just wear a balaclava. Yeah,
No, I
they
get
figure
it.
they figure you're being mugged, and it's good. Uh, yeah,
Oh,
and I also got thoughts and prayers.
oh, lovely.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, they're like, oh, oh, they weren't like, oh, cool, that he's in costume for Halloween. I'm like, oh, yeah, oh, they're always in costume, aren't they? Those people. Oh yeah, yeah, they're childlike. Oh, I've seen shows that's reality shows that definitely portray that.
Yeah, well, you were on the Real Love Boat. But anyway,
I was.
let's have a look at the film this week, which is World War IV from 2019. The synopsis is Tubi says, when superpowers clash in the ultimate war, one family struggles to survive in a world where soldiers storm the land and it rains atomic bombs. IMDb says, for years, Kiwi filmmaker AK Strom belonged to a military news archive. And for years, the realization grew that he had all the ingredients needed to produce the most frightening real build-up to a nuclear war ever put on film. I've got a feeling AK Storm might have written this himself, but anyway, let's not judge.
Yeah.
And the most spectacular, the result is World War IV, a nuclear thriller that predicted the Ukraine war 3 years before it happened.
Fuck off. Sorry.
There can be little question this is the most chilling, realistic nuclear war movie of the last 10 years. This is a film in which real armies march, bombs rain down, and soldiers storm the beaches. One family is caught up in this ever-growing conflict. Can they survive? As a total war is declared and nuclear weapons are unleashed.
Who wrote that? K.A. Storm?
I reckon he did. So yeah. Well, I think actually
Okay.
I do think it was his publishing company that wrote it. So yeah, might as well be him.
Yeah. And I feel like he might like the smell of his own farts. Just a bit. Just,
I was looking up to see if I could get an interview with him, and you're saying stuff like that.
I know, it's just a joke. We'd love to interview you.
Well, AK Storm, and I don't know him by any other name than that. He directed this film, and he also directed Ascendance from 2017. He's also the writer of this film, and he wrote End of All Things in 2016. AK Storm is a New Zealand-born filmmaker whose first feature was released in 2016 and whose second feature, World War IV, is due out in 2019. Well, it's already out, so this is a bit old.
It's already out. Yeah, well.
Before his feature film career, Storm came from a long history in small documentaries, TV, and music videos. His movies tend to contain spectacular visual elements, though his focus is on realism and documentary style of shooting. He says that due to the modern technology, even smaller independent productions can now take on much more sci-fi epic feel while still keeping their indie sensibility. Both of Storm's first features fall into the apocalyptic, no, how do you say that?
Apocalyptic?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Thriller genre. Through World War IV is much more of an action film. A quote from him is, oh, by the way, just letting you know, I did get this off IMDb.
Okay.
So, yeah. The quote from him is, my hope is to have the best of both worlds. Isn't that a Midnight Oil song? Anyway, stunning imagery.
It's a Hannah Montana song as well.
Oh, is it?
It's actually like Hannah Montana fans.
Wow. We'll have plenty of them. Stunning imagery, a strong storyline, and an indie sensibility. Let's have a quick look at the cast. There's Morgan Bradley. He was in a movie in 2021 called Devil's Triangle. Graham Vincent. He was in a movie that both you and I have watched, Guns Akimbo from 2019.
Oh, he was in that. Yeah.
Derek Good. He was in Billy 2011. Campbell Razell. He was in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. I think he played
in New Zealand.
I think he played third orc from the left. And Kevin Taylor was in Alien Addiction from 2018.
You know what? That third rock from the left joke was really good. Oh, you know what? That was fun.
Okay, thank you. I've just got a compliment from a real life comedian for making a joke. All my dreams have come at once.
Third orc from the left.
The film took 7 years in the making, allegedly.
Are you serious? Okay.
This is just information that I have found while searching about the film. So, and unfortunately, I couldn't find a lot of information, so I've only got a couple of things to say. and using archive footage of real military battles interspersed with actors. A reviewer called Mike Horifiner, he compared it to a stock footage film called Invasion USA from 1952. I'm going to throw the trailer up of that one at the end of the show, as well as World War IV. I went through a heap of reviews just to find any little bits of information I could. Unfortunately, I didn't come away with much. But that means it's time for Film Chat.
Nuclear war. Subject of endless documentaries, spy thrillers, novels, films. Did any of us think for one moment that any of it could actually happen on our watch, during our time? If you'd asked me, I would have told you it was impossible. It would never happen. Ask any of the officers here. They all would have told you the same.
Film chat.
So, the US SWCC unit on Seong River, South Korea. We hear that North Korea is in South Korea attacking them. US Navy is there to help South Korea. So he didn't only just predict Russia, but he's also predicted North Korea attacking South Korea, which is quite current.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, if North Korea's going to attack anybody, it's going to be the name or something.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I know it would be obvious, but yeah. But anyway.
It'd be impressive. He's like, oh, you know what? I predicted that North Korea was going to attack Chad. Yeah.
What did poor old Chad do wrong? He was only outside walking his dog.
It's just one of those countries that, like, if I'm thinking of a small country in my head, I always go to Chad. I don't know why. Maybe because it's a funny name for a country, Chad.
I always wish there was a country called Robert.
Robert. Yeah.
Anyway, I mentioned the SWCC before. That stands for Special. I really did my homework. I found out stuff. Special Warfare Combat Craft Crewman. It's a United States Naval Special Welfare Command team that operates and maintains small crafts for special operations missions, particularly those in the support of the US Navy SEALs. On time, on target, never quit is their catchphrase. I grabbed that off Wikipedia. That's all I could find about that. So, yeah. USWCC unit are worried about getting ambushed. And then we see stock footage of a naval vessel being attacked. I would guess this was training footage because it didn't look particularly like it was real footage, but we do see real footage in the movie.
Yeah.
We meet Sue, played by Morgan Bradley, who is the wife of a soldier. She talks about nuclear war on the world. Her husband, Caleb, played by Graham Vincent, says his farewells as he has been second to the US Marines in he's been seconded to the US Marines in the Middle East. What did you think about the relationship between Sue and Caleb?
Caleb.
That's it, Caleb.
Yeah.
Caleb with a K.
I just thought you were being funny. I feel like, because, like, this is partly a New Zealand production. Were they both in different countries filming their stuff? I feel like they would. You never saw it. I mean, you never. I don't know. I know that the idea is that he's away, so they're not going to interact. Side by side or whatever.
I couldn't find a lot of information about this, but I did feel it was just all filmed in New Zealand.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't know. There's not much to say. Look. I'm sure they love each other. Didn't come across on via phone, but I don't know how it's supposed to come across by phone. I don't know. I don't really want it to go that explicit. It it'll take away from the movie if they just I don't know where decided doing dirty talk on the phone. So I don't know like if I need to see that specific, but yeah, I don't know. Like there wasn't really much to the
There's
relationship. They're probably,
I was just going to say, there's
they're,
plenty of other Tubi movies out there that you could probably watch instead of this one if you wanted that sort of action.
well, yeah, true. I don't, yeah, well, they're the only like characters really that I don't know. There was no one really fleshed out, but I guess they're the one that they're definitely the two main ones they want you to care about.
Well, they
Because
were the most fleshed out in the whole film, yeah.
yeah, but a lot of this we'll get into it. But a lot of the film is just them like these characters or whatever just reacting to news or TV. So you just get a lot of
Yeah. We find out that Sue has a brother, Aaron, who is stationed somewhere in Guam or Japan. There is a lot of stock footage, and the truth be told, most of the time I don't know what was going on. Now, Richie, you're an expert in these things. Did you know what was going on?
oh man, I don't you throw me I was like that, when I came into this podcast, I'm like, you know what? Robert will steer the ship. I because I didn't know what was going on. Oh, what was going on? I don't I'm not prepared for that. I don't fucking know. Look, not particularly. I think yeah, like people were talking and stock footage would happen, and then like then there's there's some casualties. I'm like, oh, who was that person? Was I supposed to care about that person? I don't think he's been introduced. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm trying to piece together as best as I can, but was really lost, to be honest.
I thought that maybe if you knew about the history of war and you know about current war and you're maybe a war fanatic, I don't know if that's a particular sentence that I've said right or not, you may
Yeah,
have a better idea
morphine.
what is going on. So yeah.
Yeah.
We are now at the Pentagon with a man called Kevin Taylor, who's an FBI agent, and Michael Fife, Campbell Rozelle, that there were two raids on in the Baltic Sea and one in South Korea, both on the same day, both an act of war. Worst of it is that Russia decides to invade the Ukraine. It's possible the Russians were a part of it all, or was it actually one person in the USA computer hacking to make all these attacks happen? This is what I feel like the film is suggesting, Richie, that it, like, I don't know if you ever, I mean, we get to an ending and stuff like that, but during the film, did you ever think it was the American on the computer, or did you think it was Russia or North Korea and all that sort of stuff?
No, I never. I thought it was like yeah, Russia. I don't know. I got the impression like it was like Russia on the computer, but I'm not again not sure. Um, yeah, if it was like yeah, well, I don't know what it was suggesting. Oh yeah, I'm not about it. I was a bit scared. It was very lost. In this film. Look, I don't know. I guess you thought it was America, yeah?
Oh, look,
Or is it?
I'm not sure. I'm just reading what happened. I'm just telling you what happened, without really any much knowledge at all. USA attacking North Korea's weaponry. Both North Korea and Russia deny any involvement in any of these attacks, which is interesting because then we go back to the bloke on the computer in America. Sue is driving home or away from or to the shops, or she's driving from somewhere to somewhere in the good
She's
old
home.
US of A. But gee, it looks like New Zealand. Just saying. Everything is also in reverse image. Did you notice that, Richie?
Yeah. They definitely, yeah, they probably didn't have the budget to make it look like America. So it was New Zealand. I
But
thought,
like
yeah,
everything was reverse image. Like you looked at the number plates, they reverse image. And at first I thought, oh, well, they reverse image because when you look in the rear view mirror to see what the number plate is if you're a police, you put in reverse image to see it the right way around. But no, everything was in reverse image. The back number plate, the signs on the side of the road.
yeah. I thought it was very interesting that they wanted you to believe it's America when there was a scene where where they yeah that that you could see the flight of the Concords hitchhiking. No, yeah, but like oh well, no, definitely America. Yeah, and then like yeah, like there was like I don't know if they're most of the other characters are supposed to be full on American because you get some people doing like obviously someone in New Zealand pretending to do an American accent but not very well. But then you got like Australian and British. Like, where the fuck do you come in? What do you? I don't understand.
I looked up most of the actors, and most of the actors were born in New Zealand. So yeah, uh,
Okay.
so yeah. A US nuclear sub is in the waters of the Sea of Japan. Once again, Washington, D.C. looks a lot like New Zealand. I won't batter that home, but anyway. Richie, the acting is not great. Truly, I have seen better acting in a Wang Wang film.
a, a Wang Wang film. Uh,
Yes.
that's yeah. Yeah, that acting isn't wonderful. I wonder if the people they got to. I mean, obviously you read out films before, but like it did make me wonder at the time. I'm like, did they just did this director just kind of contact people he knew, not necessarily actors, uh, people that are within a circle? Yeah, because yeah, the acting isn't wonderful. There's also like the set, like the sound mixing is not really good. Like every when characters are living dialogue, it sounds like they're just talking. They're in the bathroom. It's just like there's this weird kind of echoey vibe to it. Uh, there, there's also one time where it was like it was very like this. The two guys supposed to talk on the phone, and it was clear that one of them, like the phone was dead. He's just like, it was weird.
Well, I
Uh,
wanted to bring up too is like now there's a scenes where Caleb is discussing military tactics over a phone with Sue. I'm pretty sure there'd be no place in the world that you'd be discussing military tactics over a normal phone to somebody in America or New Zealand
yeah,
um,
yeah,
from the Middle East. I mean, that would be intercepted. You know, the opposition would
yeah.
find out what's going on.
Yes, it's not very sly. You wouldn't make a great undercover cover cop. Yeah, yeah, like yeah, usually like there's like fake like I was thinking that the fake undercover cops that go to a rave that try to blend into the kids. Oh yeah, music. Oh
21,
yeah, I love that old music, eh?
21
Yeah,
Jump Street back again.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that wasn't very. It wouldn't be a very intelligent thing to say. Oh, it'd be to do. So yeah,
Caleb making a speech about their mission kill or capture of two or maybe three of the US most wanted terrorists. Sue
yeah.
wakes up and vomits after a bad dream about her husband being in war. This was part of the storyline that I thought was good and could have been important. They
Yeah.
didn't. They didn't really go back to it, unfortunately.
Flesh it. Yeah.
Alpha Team is attacking someplace, somewhere. I don't know. If I lost concentration or the film never told us, I'm not too sure. It was
Column B.
one of the three. I do worry about watching the real stock footage that we are actually seeing real life people losing their lives in war. And I had a bit of an issue with this, Richie.
Yeah, I mean, like really. Yeah, I mean that. Obviously, I think that there is a site you can get like go to like is it not Square like that? Yeah, there's definitely a site. I know you can go to where you can get like stock images, video footage and stuff
Well,
for your
he
film.
worked in military media, so he had all the access to all the
Uh,
stock footage that he wanted.
yeah, but I feel, but I also feel like footage where potentially people are getting murdered,
Mm.
or get losing their life. Like maybe they shouldn't be available. Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's a bit hard. Yeah, it's a bit kind of daunting realizing, oh shit, that probably did actually happen. It's on effects or anything. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
But yeah,
I
so
understand.
yeah,
I was just going to say, I understand AK Storm would have barely no budget at all. And, there's just no money going around. But using all the stock footage that he used, I sort of like my fictional films fictional personally.
yeah. You don't, yeah, yeah. Keep fictional fictional.
Yeah, that's a t-shirt.
That's that's a t-shirt. That's on a t-shirt. There's also like one scene where like I don't know if anything like it just made me think that was from a movie. Like another movie where like he's talking like at the start the whatever that Caleb guy's talking about somebody and but talking about like people who are dying in the war and he goes we lost a few good, we lost a lot of good men that day. I'm like, isn't that from something else? Didn't you just steal a line from another movie?
Well, they probably should have done more of that, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
We now meet Sue's mum, where they both bond over their brother and their son and Sue's husband being at war. Apparently, Aaron told his mum he believes he is not going to make it back this time. She's having bad dreams about Caleb telling her to get out of the city. America attacks North Korea. Then there are oil attacks, I think, in Syria. Caleb is set to take
Yeah.
out the mastermind of the oil attacks. They go
Yeah,
through.
sorry, wasn't there like a one where there's some dude intercepts like he gets a call, he gets a call, and it was just like some prank thing. Oh, he thinks it's a prank thing because the
No,
guy's
it was
counting
the
down.
hacker. It was the hacker that called. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's weird because like they had two different voices, but like they're all out of sync. So the one voice would be like 10, 9, and like 5. What the? Yeah, it's like they weren't matched up.
Mm. They go through these deep tunnels, and why can we still see the sunlight? Like they go into these deep tunnels, and then you just look there, there's sunlight coming straight through. Well, they can't be too deep. We're saying that the tunnel bit was the most exciting bit in the film. Is that a fair point?
I would say so. There was definitely one where, yeah, it piqued your main interest. Yeah, I would say, yeah, yeah, I don't know what to say, but yeah, the tunnel was a more exciting part of the film. Yeah,
And that was properly filmed. That was in stock footage too. So
no, which is almost annoying in a way. I'm like, look, you can film good stuff. Just film good stuff.
Aaron's transport has been hit and is currently in a coma. Aaron is not his transport.
For a minute there, I'm like, why are you laughing? He's in a coma. That's pretty hard.
That's because I
He's in
read
a
it as
coma.
Aaron's transport has been hit and is currently in a coma.
I get look, I guess like trans like well his transports in a coma, which
A,
is
nu- a nuclear
whenever
explosion go. Oh, sorry.
but whenever when you know if I ever if someone I know is ever in a car accident, so they take it to the wreckers, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's not working. Yeah, my vehicle is in a coma.
Just play
Yeah.
music to it. It likes, Mozart. If you play it, it'll come out of the coma. It'll be fine.
Hold it. I don't know, what's a car's hand? Just got to squeeze the car's
Door.
steering.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's or steering wheel. Yeah.
he's, he's a steering whel. Tell me how much you love it, and yeah, and just play sweet tunes to it, and eventually it will light up like Brum.
Maybe Queen's Roger Taylor's "I'm in Love with My Car" might be a good fit.
Also, Brum. I'm sorry, I said light up like Brum. What do you say international? Brum was a kids TV show back when I grew up about a car that drove itself. It was very cute.
A nuclear explosion goes off that looks like three different explosions. The American hacker celebrates. Sue and Sue's mum was watching the TV separately. They are both crying. 3,000 lives are lost. We have found the hub where the hacker may be. Caleb rings Sue to tell her to get out of the city because there is a counterstrike. The hacker tricks the FBI because like they basically found him. Well, they thought they'd found him and they got to his place and the hacker just put up some sign he wasn't there. More bombs, explosions. I guess the film is trying to say if we don't get our shit together, this is what could happen, like an all-out nuclear attack. Richie,
Yep.
it's now time for you to tell us what you thought of the film and give us some stars. What do we give out? Results.
I think we give out stars. I think as we never established what totally. It's we rate it on a Tubi level and a real movie level, but I think they're stars.
I think I just said results.
Yeah, you said result. We're not reviewing a pay per view here, man. Yeah.
All right, Richie, what do you think?
Yeah. Look, I mean, I'm trying to tread lightly because if you want AK Storm, because I mean that is a dope name. I'll give you that on here. I'll tread lightly. look, it's not the most enthralling movie we've watched so far. I had a hard time keeping my concentration. There's not as much fodder as you usually expect from like a lot of the TV films that we review. So in that sense, it was disappointing. And I could still have fun talking about it, but yeah, it was just like I definitely I found myself a bit more bored than other movies we've watched, where I can get some entertainment level out of it. This one I was struggling to get any entertainment level out of. So I'd give it like as for a 2B rating because I don't think there's enough fodder. I'd give it like maybe one, and for like an overall movie, also a one. Again, I look if you're ever watching the AK Storm, I'm sure you're a lovely bloke.
Well, the thing is that for me, the film did have a bit of heart behind it, like with the we should be worrying about, this happening possibly to our world if we don't get it together and we don't live as one in the world. Um, and I wonder, and please let us know if you've watched this and you've got a military background or you're into what happens at war and stuff like that. Let us know if it makes more sense for you, because that's the problem I had, and I think Richie as well, that we just sort of got a bit lost with what was going on. With saying all that, there was some fun little moments throughout it, but overall, it's probably not a movie that I would recommend if you're not into war and the structure around that, because I don't think you'll get enough out of it. I give it a Tubi score of 2, but a general score, I give it a 1.
All right, well, that's sort of similar. So yeah, no, I'm look, watch it if you want. But yeah, but just saying, it's not the most exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you might really like it, and that's with all films. You give and take things. We particularly watch Tubi films because we do want to see films that are made on a lower budget and how they can make something special on a lower budget. And there are often actors that aren't at their best in their acting skills and all that sort of stuff, and we love it. We love a good bad movie or love a good cheap movie.
Yeah,
Alrighty, tell them they're
we're not
streaming.
here.
Oh,
Tell them this. I'll say we're not here to watch Batman. There you go, plug. I got that today. Yeah. Tell them they're streaming.
let's get quizzical.
Quizzical.
I
I
want to
want to
get
get quizzical.
quizzical. Let's
Let's
get a
get
quizzical.
quizzical.
Let me hear your quizzes
Yeah,
talk.
we haven't worked out that we never worked out that line.
No.
Uh,
How much can we
no.
do before we get before we get in trouble for using too much of the late great
Uh,
Olivia Newton-John's song?
just get a season of this. Look, she passed away early this year. Have some respect.
Yes. I reckon she would enjoy us. I reckon she would be
Yeah,
if you can get podcast in heaven, she'd be watching.
I reckon if I was friends with her, with her, daughter or son or whatever, she would go to them. You know what? I like that, Richie. Get him to come over more, and we would we'd bond. She'd be the one in the friend group that would bond over, and then I'd just come over and see her and just hang out. And
Is in this scenario, is Olivia still with us or not with us?
in this scenario, she is with us.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All right. I got you now. All right.
yeah,
I was wondering. I did not know. You're a bit like
yeah,
You know what you had me there. You're a bit like World War IV. Then I just didn't know what was
yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
Didn't know what was going on, but yeah, you watched anyway.
It's quiz time. Now the film that we watched earlier on, World War IV, claimed that it predicted a number of things, especially with Russia. So we're going to play. What did this film predict? I got all my information from coldlide.com, which is COLLIDE.com. This is where I got my information from. And I call this game the Predictinator.
Is this just a plot twist, and then they're all actually titles for Simpsons episodes? Because apparently they predicted everything.
If we were doing a TV podcast, I'd probably do that, but now we're doing a film podcast.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. A film.
Alrighty.
Mm.
So basically, one of these things is um, what COLLIDR.com says it predicted from this movie. All the others I made up.
What did you say the website was?
What was that? Sorry?
What just say the website again?
COLLIDER.com.
Yeah, Collider. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know them.
Yeah, I'm not good with words.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you're telling me which one is what they said was this film predicted, and all the others I made up. All right, 2001: A Space Odyssey from 1968. Did the film predict talking AI or artificial intelligence? Did the film predict food paste that can taste like a whole meal? Did it predict the tablet, like an iPad type thing? Or did it predict ergonomic chairs? Which one is the real one?
I want to say tablet.
The tablet, like an iPod?
Yeah.
You're correct. That is
Yeah, I thought so.
what it predicted. Okay,
Yeah.
the next
Was that supposed to
film.
be that's supposed to be Hal?
No, I think it's
2001.
because they use little computer screens that they can walk around with and
Oh yeah.
tap on. The Hal one,
Okay.
I put in the talking artificial intelligence, hoping that you'd think, oh, that sounds like Hal. I'd pick that,
Yeah.
but you didn't. You're too good for me.
Hmm.
In the second film, Network from 1976, much famous film. Is it A, reality TV that it predicted, or did it predict tabloid TV? Did it predict 24-hour news TV, or did it predict a current affair style TV?
So run me through the options again.
Reality TV, tabloid TV, 24 hours new TV, or current affair style TV. I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take it. Sorry, that was a line from the movie.
Yeah, it's running for the movie. I'll say tabloid TV, but yeah.
Correctamundo.
Correct?
2 out
Yeah.
of 2, my friend.
Uh,
Okay, the next one is Star Wars from 1977. So it's a New Hope. But I thought we might just keep it as the first 3 Star Wars trilogy films. No, not trilogy. Yeah, I said that right. But we'll talk about the New Hope here, 1977. Is it A, did it predict the traveling at the speed of light? Did it predict laser swords? Did it predict the remote control? Or did it predict holograms? Which one did Star Wars predict?
holograms?
Correct. 3 out of 3. I was hoping, I did this quiz with somebody earlier on today just to see how it went. And they said traveling at the speed of light. You can't travel at the speed of light. It's not a real thing, but that's what I was hoping you were going to do. So I could make fun of you, but no.
No, you missed an opportunity because I'm a smart fella.
I just all I can do is bow at your knowledge and your extreme intelligence. All right, the next one is a James Bond film, Die Another Day in 2022. Did it predict amphibious vehicles? Did it predict parachutes in cars? Did it predict the GPS? Or did it pick cloaking vehicles?
I'm glad you specified parachutes in cars. I'm like, that's pretty bold. It predicted parachutes, and that movie's not even that old. Yeah, no, it predicted something that already existed. No.
Oh, was parachute in cars before 2002?
No, but I thought you meant I thought you weren't going to say in cars. I thought you meant I didn't realize you were going to say in cars, so I thought you were just going to say parachutes.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, man, I think they were around before that movie. It's very bold if they did claim, we predicted parachutes. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I saw that in movies prior to Die. No, definitely, we invented it.
I'll just quickly go through them again. Amphibious vehicles, parachutes in cars, GPS, or cloaking vehicles.
I'm going to say GPS.
No, that's not right.
You sound really disappointed.
Oh, well, you've gone
No,
so well. You
no.
would have got 4 out of 4
Yeah.
if you got this one.
Well, now I'm not. What are the other
Am-
options again?
Amphibious vehicles, parachutes in car, and cloaking vehicles.
I mean, I don't even know if it's a thing. Maybe it is. Parachutes and cars.
No, no, it's not.
Uh,
So you've got
okay.
amphibious vehicles or cloaking vehicles.
Cloaking vehicles.
Yeah, cool. Because amphibious vehicles have been around for ever. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I think.
it's cloaking vehicles, and that's basically um. So the army now, especially the American army, can now cloak a tank. So if you're looking to see where the tank is, you couldn't see it because it's so well disguised, camouflaged, whatever. It's cloaking vehicles.
Okay, cool.
Number 5, Weird Science from 1985. Did it
They,
predict?
they,
Sorry, go on.
designing hot women.
Good call. Of course, this is a John Hughes film as well.
Uh,
Did it predict A, sex robots, B, 3D printers, C, the gaming console, or D, artificial cells? Like, so you can create an artificial limb, but that it works like not a attachment, just it sort of grows.
yeah.
So is
Well,
it
I feel
sex
like
robots? Did I just say sex robots? Sex robots,
se-
3D printers, the gaming console, or artificial cells?
if I googled sex robots, would you come up?
Yes. Yeah, I've got a full page.
Oh,
Though you've got to go to OnlyFans to see most of it. So yeah.
okay. Yeah, all right. I'll
You got to
subscribe.
pay for that stuff. I'm not going to like just
You're not gonna just wear to go. You're not gonna flaunt it for free. You know
yeah.
what? You got to charge what you're worth. Apparently.
Yes, exactly.
Look. Anyway, back to this. I don't feel like it's gaming console because I feel like there's a gaming console already around when this movie came out. Uh, so
In
I'm gonna
1985.
nearly the Atari.
Oh, I guess so.
Uh, um, I'm gonna go 3D printing.
So sex robots. I said robots again. Sex robots, 3D printers, or artificial cells. Which one are you going?
3D printing.
Correct. It's 3D
Yeah,
printers. So we're now looking at a 1992 film called The Lawnmower Man.
yeah. No.
Did it invent or predict, I should say, the game The Sims, VR tech or virtual reality technology, Wi-Fi, or did it predict face recognition technology? So did it predict the
Uh,
game The Sims, virtual reality tech, Wi-Fi, or face recognition tech?
face recognition tech.
No, sir, it's not.
Okay. It's uh
Wi-Fi, VR tech, or the game The Sims?
VR tech.
Correct. It is VR tech that it predicted.
Yeah.
Number 7 is Dick Tracy from 1990. Did this film predict the smartwatch? Did it predict heated clothing? That's in like clothing that it's like an electric blanket, but it's in your clothes.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
it
yeah.
did it predict Google or did it predict Bluetooth?
I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but maybe it is Bluetooth.
Incorrect. So it's
Heated
Google.
clothing.
No, it's not heated clothing. So it's either Google or the smartwatch.
Smartwatch.
Correct. It's the smartwatch.
Mm.
Number 8, the cable guy from 1996.
Uh,
Did it predict smart TV? Did it predict streaming? Did it predict YouTube? Or did it predict microwavable popcorn?
was it microwavable popcorn?
It didn't predict that. No, I totally made that up.
Okay.
I mean, there is
I'll-
microwavable popcorn, but I didn't make that up. But for
yeah,
this,
yeah. I know. I think now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure microwavable popcorn was a thing prior to
I don't
cable
know
guy.
when it came out. But yeah, I've only really seen people do it like in the last 10 years, so that's why I put it in. Uh,
I'll say streaming,
no, it's not streaming. It's either YouTube or smart TV.
smart TV.
It is smart TV.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you remember in that film, he showed where you could have all these options to watch things just by
Oh,
clicking
yeah,
on the screen.
yeah.
Number 9, Total Recall from 1990. Did it predict one day there'd be laser guns? Did it predict driverless cars? Did it predict growing body parts in a lab? Or did it predict pinhole cameras?
Well, did it predict 3-boobed aliens?
Well, that was my shot at the growing body parts in the lab. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to be more specific.
So laser guns, driverless cars, growing body parts in a lab, or pinhole cameras?
I'll say growing body parts in a lab then.
Incorrect. Laser guns, driverless car, or pinhole cameras?
Driverless car.
Correct. It is driverless cars. Okay, the final one is Blade Runner from 1982. Did it predict modern database programming? Did it predict drones? Did it predict self-service checkouts? Or did it predict digital billboards?
Drones.
No, it didn't predict drones. So is it modern database programming, self-service checkouts, or digital billboards?
Digital billboard.
Correctamundo. It is digital billboards. All right, now it's time for spinning the wheel of Tubey cheese.
Tubey
All right.
cheese.
All right, Richie, you ready to get it up? Anyway, sorry.
Look, that's very forward of you, but I am.
All right, cool. Okay, Richie, it's time to spin the Tubey wheel of cheese.
Hell yeah.
So what do we got coming up first? We've got the genres, have we?
Yeah, look, we'll go run through the genres that you see. We have thriller, not the Michael Jackson song. That was stupid. Western, Can Star Blue, Can Star Blue 2, Blue Chew. Streamers picks, action, comedy, drama, horror, and martial arts and sci-fi fantasy.
Julio, let us know when you're going to spin.
All right, I will let you know because I'm going to do it now. And spin, 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 spinny.
Spinny.
Spinny, spin, 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 spin.
Oh! Oh, streamers picks. Streamers picks.
Yes. Streamers picks. Oh my god. Okay, for streamers picks, we've got Death Sport from 1978. It's Torso from 1973. Baby Oopsie from last year, 2021, and Backwards Bubba from last year. Last year was a weird year, wasn't it?
It was a brilliant year. Hey, thank you for everybody that throws in movies for us and gives suggestions. It really helps out, and please keep on doing it because then we can put them up on the wheel if any of these disappear. Richie.
Yep. All right. Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Spinny. Spin, 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 spin,
Spin, spin, spin, spin, spin, spin,
spin,
spin. Oh, what's it going to be? It's Death Sport,
Death Sport.
1978. So, so now I will check. Oh, no, it doesn't want me to do that. I will check if it's on Tubi. And I'm usually the one that's always ready. Yeah. Oh well.
Today you're not Matt Cardona.
Okay. So what was it called? Death Sport.
Death Sport.
Okay. DEATHSPORT. Death Sport. I'll click on that and have a look-see. 1978, that was the right year. And
yeah, I think so.
It says motorcycle gladiators fight to the death in a post-apocalyptic future teeming with mutant cannibals, atomic wasteland, and daredevil thrills. It's directed. So
I
go
like how you said. I like you said motorcycle gladiators like so casually like that's the thing.
on.
Uh,
It's directed by Nicholas Nickifer and Alan Arkish. It's got David Carradine in it. Cool.
cool. Good.
Uh, Claudia Jennings, Richard Lynch, and David McLean is all in this film. So I think we're going to have lots of fun watching that.
Yeah,
Alrighty,
no.
plugs
All
and
right.
stuff.
Plugs. All right. You can catch me on Tournament Fights on the Movie Hero Network. You could also catch me on Tier Ranker, which is also their like kind of sister show, also on the Movie Hero Network. I mean, I often plug particular episodes, but I don't know which ones I'm on, and by the time it goes out, probably would have happened. So do it just keep an eye out for that. I'm on everyone, and that's who you come to see. I draw in the views.
Is there
So
any other
just
podcasts that you're on that you'd like to?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there's our one. I was getting to that. Best to last. Okay, hold your bloody horses. All right. You know, I'm sure like, there's more chance of horses where you are at than I am. So get your horse and hold it. All right. Yeah. Yeah. We're on a like this podcast. I'm on. Yeah, so
Oh,
tell
where
them.
can we find that?
And I've got this little feeling that maybe being condescending.
No, no, not at all. Just
uh,
being helpful.
well, you can find me. To tell they're streaming on a Facebook. Just type in "tell them they're streaming," like EM, not them. TELL space EM space THEY comma streaming STREAMING. There give us a like.
I don't think you need the comma though.
You'll find it.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
You subscribe on YouTube, and give us a message or whatever, or if you got any, like Robert said before, if you got any suggestions on movies that we could do for future episodes. Uh, I'll just give it a shout out now. I don't know because other of my friends in America, the Tubi thing's different there, but it might be there. On tournament fights earlier today, as of this thing, like a good friend Austin Pez House suggested. I think it's called Thanksgiving.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
He suggested that for us, did he?
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
I mean,
cool.
if it's on Australian Tubi, then we'll put that on the wheel. I think it's called
Coolio.
Thanks. I think it's called Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving horror movie.
All right.
But yeah, yeah.
All right.
Do
Oh,
that.
how about yourself, quickly?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can find me online just at Rich Goodacre. I sometimes plug my gigs there. Look, by the time I plug my actual gigs, they might have already happened. But yeah, just catch me around all like Brisbane, really.
No, well,
Yeah,
just
and
go and check out your Richie Goodacre's Facebook page,
Facebook page,
and he'll
and
keep you up to date with all the gigs. I don't know why I'm talking for you.
and
I do
yeah,
apologize for that, and I'm going to stop
yeah,
now.
and the true. And yeah, we can probably do some trivia as well. I'm on the I do wrestling trivia as part of the combat wrestling trivia. I'm part of the Clash of the Combatants tournaments. Doing pretty like not to suit my own horn, doing pretty well. So check that out. I'm also want to play the trivia league sometimes called There Will Be Trivia. Yeah, like shot a match. Or just recorded the match. Like not that long ago. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, and you catch me on Full Metal Random. Yeah, all the other trivia sort of spaces I pop up from time to time doing various trivia or being on a panel and discussing films.
Who's on your
Yeah.
shirt?
Okay, I mean, I know you want like me to do the impression, but I feel like if I did the impression, we might be called Dini racist. But I'm sorry, Okada.
Oh,
It's
that's
his
Okada. I like Okada. I
his
didn't realize that was Okada though. So Alrighty. Well, it's time for Richie to do an impression on what's on his shirt.
Oh God.
You wore the shirt, so it's up to you to do the impression. And remember, it's always cool to sign off while doing the doing the impression. Alrighty, this is Richie's impression of Okada.
Hello, I'm Okada. and until next time. To be continued.
To be continued.
That was very racist.
And so, another day of infamy has come within your lifetime and mine. Thousands of Americans have died, victims of this treacherous attack. But it will not go unpunished.
War or no war, people have to eat and drink and make love.
24-hour shift for what? To make more money for you? We don't have to work for this rent anymore. I repeat, emergency announcement. Unidentified planes approaching New York. The red alert is on.
There they are! That is the target.
Before they find us and take this station off the air.
Vince, they're coming into the building now.
We take over now.